Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of There's a Place, the ASMR talk show. The quiet talk show that feels good to hear. Sometimes I start the show off with a story. Sometimes it's observation. Sometimes it's a lesson. And this week is a lesson I learned. So I've been having, despite what you see here on the program, I'm not, I don't have a brand new car. I drive a used car, so sometimes I have a little car trouble. So I had to take my car into the mechanic yesterday. And that's always a bummer because I know it's going to cost me money. But my mechanic is on La Brea, just down the street from Pink's Hot Dogs, which is a legendary hot dog stand in Hollywood. Long lines most of the time. Though in recent years the lines have not been as long. I don't know, maybe diets are changing, but it's a really great place. And when I go to the mechanic, the one good thing is that I can go to Pink's. I'm there early enough in the morning that there's never any lines. So I'll have breakfast at Pink's and I'll just sit in there, look at the headshots on the wall, enjoy the hot dogs, and kind of look at the tourists and, get a little writing done, whatever I have to do that day. But I'll do it in Pink's. Great place to be. Well, yesterday I'm in the line queuing up and I'm looking at all the different kinds of hot dogs, and they're not cheap hot dogs over there. They're good, but they're not the cheapest hot dogs. So I'm looking and they got Lord of the Rings dog, that's $8. The Mark in the Morning dog, that's $7.50. And they have all this crap on them, pastrami and onion rings. But I see nacho cheese chili dog, $5.25. Okay, it's a lot for a hot dog, but that's the cheapest hot dog. Just gonna go with that. Save those few dollars, put that money towards my car or something else. So I get the hot dog, it's very good. But I was sitting there, and you get nacho cheese chili dog at 7-Eleven for like $1.50, and it doesn't taste that much different. So by cheaping out, I kind of robbed myself of the experience of eating these gourmet hot dogs at this cool place. So the lesson is, don't cheap out, because it's $2, and it's essentially insurance that you're going to enjoy your meal than have a so-so meal. So by cheaping out, I actually ended up losing $5 instead of investing the other $2 in more toppings. Pizza place, go for the second topping. Do that. Pay for valet parking every once in a while. Don't go the bottom of the barrel. It's never easier. It's never worth it. A little side anecdote to this: they were filming a reality show in Pink's, and the two ladies who own it were there, and they're getting ready to leave, and one of the production people came over to the star, and she's like, "Oh yeah, before we leave, they want to get a picture," and the star said, "With me? Why? I'm nobody." And that is really what Hollywood's all about: hot dogs. Folks, my guest tonight is a comedian, new friend. Met him a couple weeks ago, but immediately I could just tell, he would be a great guest for There's a Place, because he tells it like it is. He's a real guy, very open, very knowledgeable about the world, it seems. He has a bit of wisdom. Please welcome my guest tonight, Ron Bush. What's up, Ron? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah. I noticed that crystal that you're wearing. What's up with the crystal?
It's an amethyst, and it is worn to break up negative energy that comes around you that you may encounter. I'm a spiritualist and a hippie as one of my many talents, and I just started wearing this stone like about 3 months ago.
Have you noticed a change?
Yeah,
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I know people think it's like all weird and ugly, but I think that I think when you pay attention to, I don't believe there's anything such thing as a coincidence. So I think that when you start paying attention to things, you notice differences because you set your intention to notice a difference.
kind of a placebo effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm into rocks and crystals and stuff.
Right on. Yeah, yeah. So what do you think? Do you think this is
Well, if you're like, yeah, I got this crystal, it's gonna make me more cynical and make me snap at people. Like that's not. It can only help.
right?
And it gives. It's kind of like a little signifier, like a badge to other crystal people.
Right.
That
That's
they
okay
go,
to wear.
oh, that stone is.
Right. I look at it as I can't afford a diamond this size, but I like to wear bling around my neck.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of works.
Where'd you get that crystal? 'Cause there's a lot of these rock stores around town. Where'd this one come from?
You want to? It's the best story ever.
Yeah.
I bought this crystal 5 minutes after I bought a miniature painter turtle in a bucket. Yes, at the Red Line on Wilshire, Vermont. And this guy was selling. There was of course the guy with the stack of painter turtles in little plastic containers for $10 each. And I told him, there's no way in the world that I'm paying $10 for that. I'll give you 6. And with my savings, I went and I splurged on an amethyst around my neck. And he made this in front of my face. I was like, this was like made for me. So when Don Trump says that we're shipping jobs overseas, no, those jobs are right there at Wilshire, Vermont, waiting for us.
You gotta look for them.
Tacos, turtles, and amethysts, all within 25 feet of each other.
You should try the turtle tacos.
The turtle tacos, I probably will.
Yeah.
That's probably what happens to the turtles that they don't sell.
Do you still have that turtle?
I do still have the turtle. His name is Ernie.
No shit.
Yeah, his name is Ernie. He's my mascot. Ernie's awesome. I mean, let's talk about it. He's just like, he's a rock rib Republican. He eats nothing but raw meat. You know what I mean?
Do you feed the turtle meat?
Yeah, he eats meat.
Huh.
He eats almost as much meat as I do.
Does that mean you don't eat a lot of meat, or that the turtle eats a lot of meat?
I eat a lot of meat. I am a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like my arms get really tiny, and I just like run across villages, and I start throwing people in my mouth. And it becomes that thing. I was raised. My mother's Jamaican. My father's from the South, so I was just raised around burning animals.
Goat stew and stuff?
Goat, absolute curry goat. My curry goat is amazing. I'm an excellent cook.
Oh, okay.
Love to cook, ladies and gentlemen. Love to cook. Whichever camera I'm looking into.
Stop by Ron's restaurant.
Yeah. I have to make use. I make my homemade barbecue sauce.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's not enough barbecue sauces out there.
First of all, that's sacrilegious, what you just said there. And if you ever visit the South, just tell them that I said it's okay. They're not to kill you.
Oh.
Okay, because what you just said were fucking fighting words. I mean, this country, you think the country's divided now? Just keep saying that shit,
All right, I apologize.
Sauce is... Okay, so I was raised in Philadelphia. West Philadelphia, born and raised. But South Philadelphia was right next to it, of course, if that makes sense to you. And that's where most of the Italian families come from. So I became friends with a lot of Italian families. And so it was a genuine Italian grandmoms that taught me how to make sauce. And they go like this: do you know what makes a good sauce? It is emotion.
Oh.
You go to a funeral, you do not want it too heavy, you want it a little more, whatever, weddings, So I learned how to make my sauce from there, and I transferred that over into making my barbecue sauce. And so each sauce is an expression of emotion.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They take on their own personality.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Hare Krishnas, speaking of crystals, believe that the vibes of the cook go into the food.
Absolutely, it does.
That's why they have their own restaurants and stuff.
Right. So it's like, if I'm making a sauce for a wedding, just like the grandmas would say, if you're kind of in a festive mood, so different things go into it, and the taste comes out differently.
I see. Well, I would like to try that. What was growing up in Philadelphia like? West Philadelphia is kind of the rougher part? From the song, that's what I'm assuming.
When you grow up in those areas, you don't... I guess you do look at them as rough. I mean, we all, as kids, we always had to make ourselves look tougher and everything like that. But there was always a rougher part of town. So for me, West Philadelphia was the more civilized part of Philadelphia, if you would, where North Philly is where like the shit was going down at. But there's, West Philly was rough. Philly's a tough city. If you can make it in Philly, you can make it anywhere. Fuck New York. If you can make it in Philly, you can make it anywhere. And I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't move back. I'm a spoiled California pussy now. Straight up. From weather, it's just like, it's unfathomable moving back to a place where it's going to be hot. But it was good. I learned how to, dancing and music and culture. Philly's a great city.
You're in a rap group too?
I was. Yeah.
Is like every black person at some point been involved with rap music?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be racist or anything, but
No,
it seems like
yeah.
I was just walking down the street and there were two black guys like behind me at at the intersection, whatever. Like, oh, you want to get something to eat? Nah, I gotta get home and do more producing, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's the middle of the day. Go get lunch.
Yeah, I mean, rap music is such a part of street culture and black culture. It's kind of like the modern. It's like it's where blues and jazz was, 40 years ago. And so black people, African American brothers and sisters, we typically have used music as a form of self-expression. And so
Cultural expression.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, a way of communicating. I mean, if you look at early rap music, it was, very much, what was going on. Nowadays, it's a bunch of fake ass bullshit.
It's all about getting your dick sucked.
And you know what? Listen, that's fine. And there's a place for all of that. That type of lyric has been in music and in rap music ever since the beginning. But I think that when your entire album is about bitches and hoes, and what you got, really what you have,
It's lacking a little depth.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's why I like older rap music.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of I do like Kendrick Lamar.
Well, has a political bent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm into anything political.
Yeah, he has intelligence. And he's saying something, and his music has depth, and it's really well nuanced, and there's just a lot of stuff there,
On the other hand, the first rap song is about getting a stomachache from eating food.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break it down.
No, the breaks are about different kinds of breaks.
Right. That was okay. Which song were you talking about?
Rapper's Delight.
Oh, Rapper's Delight, yeah.
After that, the minute 12 and a half,
Yeah.
he wraps it all up with
Yeah. That's right. Those 14.
bottle of KO Pectate.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
good.
God.
They don't write them like that anymore.
I never heard. These socks are amazing, by the way.
Yeah, our Stance socks, our sponsor. These are cool.
These are awesome.
They're very comfy.
They're very, very comfy. I'm gonna have to come and do the show more often. So hopefully, after my 5th or 6th show, I'll actually start having matching socks.
Right.
That would be really cool.
Well, we always say every week, these socks are so nice, you don't even need to match them.
You don't need to match them.
Because they're so great.
Yeah, I like these. They make I feel classy with one.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be drinking some expensive Kvass or some expensive cognac.
Well, we don't have cognac, but I think we have the next best thing. And
is that right?
drinking. Yeah, this is our other sponsor, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, let me offer you a beer here.
Oh wow! You're about to break me down and break me down some PBR?
Yeah, of course.
I love it. So how long have you? I'm going to interview you while you pour.
Oh boy, that's my least favorite thing.
Is that really?
I hate being interviewed.
You hate being interviewed. Why is that?
Because having control over a situation, that's I think, I don't know, as a comedian, you might be able to, I've heard other comedians say this, since it's just you up there, you have control of what you're doing, you don't have to wait on other people, you write your own material, you go up and stuff. So I think that's why I've finally settled into doing stand-up more, is because it's just all about that control thing.
Right.
Because a lot of growing up in a rough area or whatever, you maybe didn't have a lot of control over your situation.
Right.
So now you're kind of enacting that.
Right.
I don't know. That's kind of what I've
That's
from doing
interesting.
these
Where were you-
types of shows.
Where were you born and raised? Where were you from?
Here in LA,
Oh, really?
in West LA. Yeah. But my parents got divorced when I was a kid. So, and my school was far away from where I lived. So, like, I was in the car all the time and hustling around. All I wanted to do was watch TV.
Right.
So, also, I realized, like, by like second grade that teachers are stupid. Like, you have to be, something can be wrong with you to go into teaching.
So
Not that there aren't good teachers out there, but
So you were thinking that in second grade. So.
yeah, like I didn't trust adults, or I just realized that adults were stupid, and so I didn't like that they would tell me when I could go to the bathroom and if I could watch TV or not.
So you're a rebel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's why we get along.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheers to this, by the way.
Yeah.
Cheers. Pabst Blue Ribbon. PBR's, baby.
Yeah, people who are kind of rebels, kind of singularly minded,
Yeah.
they get along with each other.
Absolutely.
They don't. You would think that they would clash, and like one person try to control, but it's like kind of like a mutual respect.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
So you don't do your own thing.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, comedy for me, I'm a recovered drug addict,
Oh, you are.
big time.
Oh, what kind of drugs?
Which kind, let's say the ones that I didn't do, much, would be heroin. Didn't do that much.
That one, there's no coming back from that one.
I snorted it a few times, smoked it a few times, but I knew never to put anything in my needle, and like a needle in my arms or anything like that. But I was like a Wolf of Wall Street type of guy. I was used to sell semiconductors, so it was a corporate American drug addiction that I had, like weekend cocaine, ecstasy, struggle through the week, mild, and I think that for me, and then you just live this crazy life, and so now it's like I turn 47 next week, right? And so it's really more about, for me, doing what I want to do with my life and figuring it out so I can make money. And comedy allows me to tell those stories, and all of my humor is based off of it's based off of a perspective of lack of responsibility. Everything is somebody else's fault. There's the hypocrisy and the hypocrisy. And I allow people to kind of live and learn from my mistakes and how I present my stories. I think you've seen I'm a storyteller, and I consider myself to be like a Richard Pryor meets South Park. It's kind of my humor, so there's some meaning behind it. As crazy as it may sound or get, it's based off of truth. Those are true stories. Those are things that have happened.
So you gotta. It's a way you can kind of justify talking about yourself and being a little self-centered.
There's a part of it there. Yeah, there's that selfishness part of it. I think when I tell people, for me, it's when I'm on stage, man, and you have like a room full of people, and you can just see the looks in their faces, and you just have them, and they follow your story, and they're enthralled, and like this lady, will her jaw be open, and she's like, or they're like shocked with the looks on their faces, and you're hit, to me, there's nothing more powerful than that, especially when I reveal my point, so it's like, you're hearing all of this, but then there's a reason for that's the message, and you can hear people pop, their heads. Like, I opened up for Dana Carvey back in December, and I did my God joke, my religion joke, which is called "Going to Hell," and the line in it is, "One man's heaven is another man's hell." And when I said it, you could see everyone's mind. Like, you could see it all hitting them, like, and they're like, "Fuck yes, yes!" And then you could just drop that fucking next line. They just lose it. And I mean, how is that not addicting?
It seems like that. It also seems like the addictive personality that got you in all those drugs would line right up with this. It seems like a lot of comedians have addictive.
Absolutely.
The same, just to chase something.
Yeah. I tell people that aren't comedians, I say, and you can tell me what you think about this. I think that moment I was just describing, it's like the best high you've ever had, on top of the best orgasm you ever had, on top of the favorite part of your favorite song, just like at full blast when you're loving it the most. That's what it feels like when that crowd plugs into you and they're fucking with you. You know?
Yeah.
And when you fucking unplug and you walk backstage, you're like, you know, for the next few minutes, and then like in time, total adrenaline crash.
Yeah.
You know, and you just, but the next morning, you're like, I need that again. Immediately. Boom. There's nothing else going on today. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Would you
I get
agree?
that. Yeah, I've never, I haven't really been doing comedy that long. So I've never really gotten a big laugh or anything.
Oh, right.
Well, I've done one or two shows maybe, but always for other comedians.
Right on.
Yeah, they don't laugh at anything.
Yeah.
Comedians are, do you think this is true? Have to be the most, as a group, stuck up, set in their ways.
You know what?
And not that there are, I've
Yeah.
been meeting some really nice people.
Yeah.
I noticed the funnier somebody is, the nicer they are, because they
Right.
kind of have some confidence to them.
Absolutely.
But also, they're just,
Okay, so I don't go to an open mic without the intention is in my mind, those motherfuckers are going to laugh. And, you know, that's a rule of thumb. Nothing's 100% in life, you know? But if I'm going to an open mic, y'all motherfuckers are going to laugh, you know, because you're human. And as far as I'm concerned, if I can make you laugh when I'm at the Comedy Store or if I'm at Flappers or if I'm someplace and it's a rough crowd, oh, they're cakewalk to me.
Yeah.
I've just made motherfuckers laugh who listen to my same jokes every fucking day. That's why they don't laugh. They've heard it all. We've heard it all, and we're really in our mind, and where our jokes at, and motherfucker, are you really saying the same joke again? You're thinking all these things, you know, but I go in there with the intention to make the fuckers laugh.
finding a way into it, breaking them. That's a good.
Improv. Go in there, make it funny, tease them, bring them into it, entertain them. When you, everyone wants to be entertained, you know. And some of the most stone-faced comedians, if I feel like it, I'll make them laugh because I'll fucking bring them in. And you tease them, you work with them, but it teaches you, it helps you as a comedian. So when you're in a mixed crowd or like a drunk crowd or you're in a tough crowd, you're not easily rattled, and you have you have extra layers to go to. And like, I can make these motherfuckers laugh. You know, you can look at them, you can tell, you can say, this motherfucker reminds me of this person. This person reminds me of this person. I started assigning people. I was like, God, that's that. And I know how to make them laugh.
Oh, that's interesting.
I go at them, and you'd be surprised. Most of them are right. You're right most of the time.
You kind of a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
And you just reach into it.
Oh yeah.
And then, but it takes time to develop that and learn that.
I guess it does. I haven't been doing stand-up myself long. It's just that I love it so much. It's just so it's easy to me. You know? I've been a comedian all my life, even though I didn't know it.
Yeah. I always wanted to do stand-up ever since a kid.
Yeah.
And then I was 18, it must have been, as a senior in high school, went to the Laugh Factory open mic, because I was, this is a little bit before the internet.
Right.
Before they had that, that open mic website, you know? So I was like, oh, there's a comedy, whatever. So I go and I like get there early and wait in the line, and there's all the like, you know, clubby kind of comics. I'm 18.
Yeah.
So I had like 3 minutes. And then, you know, after sometimes Jamie Masala, is that his name?
Yeah.
Is there and like, you know, kind of like gives you feedback. So he called me up. He's like, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, keep at it. And I was like, well, that's good enough for me. Didn't do it again for 10 years.
Right. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Because I was just like, well, this 3 minutes took me this long. I didn't realize that you could just keep working the same stuff.
Yeah.
And that was part of it.
Yeah.
But all the things, like you were saying, you've been a comedian all your life. All that, I'm sure all that life experience you had leading up to getting on stage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you were doing the hours.
Absolutely.
It's like you're doing homeschool.
Yeah.
And then you were taking your GED.
Yeah.
Because I was a musician for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, went on tour, got a ton of stage time.
Yeah.
Not like, I wasn't even doing banter, but just being in front of a crowd.
Sure. It matters. It matters.
Yeah.
It matters. It shows.
There's so much to it more than joking around that I think people don't realize.
Absolutely.
Just how you carry yourself, how to like, the strategy that you're talking about.
You know, people people go to comedy shows, and the job of the comedian is to entertain people in a way that no one else can. And the only other people that can entertain people the way the comedians do are musicians. And you're playing the emotional strings of a person, and you're allowing them to leave their day and to vicariously relax and enjoy themselves through what you're doing. And the comedian's job is about all of them the definition of comedy is truth and pain, right? So they're speaking a truth, they're speaking a human pain, and the more relatable you are because of how more truthful you are. Seinfeld is genius for that. He's the truth of every day. Isn't it weird how these small microphones do this, and it's like, oh my God, I never thought of that. That's hilarious. Or you have, like a Kevin Hart, or you have, these people that are coming in with painful stories. And it's like, wow, this is my childhood. See, look at this. Louis C.K., I'm a horrible person. These are the horrible things I think of. But people are like, I totally get it. That's what I do. Larry David is another one. They're just geniuses at allowing people to identify with what they're talking about. And I think that's what comedians forget. They're too busy jerking off for themselves. I think this is funny, so this is funny. Yeah, it's funny. But who's it funny for? Is it funny for you? Is it funny for the people you're telling the joke for?
Yeah.
And when you can answer that question, honestly, that's when you're funny. Because people are like, oh my God, I love this guy. He totally get it. It's my humble opinion.
That's good insight. Well, let's move on to some more truth and pain.
Absolutely. What do you got?
It's ready.
I've smacked my mom across the face many a time. I'd fuck her.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that would have been interesting. Damn. Could you and then come back and tell us how it went?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we were at Marty's that one time, that's a wild place.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a DIY type. They have them all over the country, but it's like anybody's band can play or whatever. But it's kind of like you gotta know about it. But it's for comedians. But it's laid out like a DIY place. That room though, where you can just get up and talk, and then everyone like
in the back
hollers out. I liked that. But it seemed like when you went up, everyone was fascinated about being gay. Does everyone, comedians, always ask you about it?
Yeah, a lot of comedians. Let me just go. First of all, Marty's is great.
Yeah.
It's for those of you who don't know, Marty's is a open mic where only comedians ever go.
And it's only an open mic.
And it's only
it's
an
not
open
a club.
mic.
It's not
a club. It's nothing. It's literally the roof. It's in the back rooms of a strip mall that you think you're in somebody's apartment.
There's people living there.
Yeah, but huge comedians go there. It's a comedian's workout room. And he's right. We have the living room is the main stage, and you have this back room where you kind of go up and you work out your riffs and you talk shit and everything. I think that a lot of people don't know that I'm gay until I say it, And I think that as a lot of the comedians there get to know me, they get to know me as a person, and to them, see, the problem with most people is that sexuality and sexual orientation is part of their identity, or it's part of a person's identity. Who I fall in love with and who I sleep with is just a part of who I am. I'm not living a stereotype, and I'm not living a lifestyle, And I think that people, I think people are kind of taken aback by that. And so then when they see my act, and my act is perfect, if you see like on January 25th, excuse me, March 25th, I'm filming 30 minutes of Echoes on the Sunset. But when you see my act, anything where I'm doing over 10, 15 minutes, I don't let the crowd know that I'm gay for at least the first 5 or 6, So this way they develop their own opinion of who I am as a person. So as I'm saying bitches, and I'm just going through this, I'm using this general slang that could mean anything. They've already formed their opinion. So when I drop the joke, my coming out joke, it blows their mind. The crowd just, you have to stop and let them take that in. And then I go, and I'm like a roller coaster ride, you know, it's like freestyle jazz, you know, it's like once you get to that one part of, once I know that you're going, once it's the roller coaster's on, I'm taking them to the bottom, and that's what those guys are being, they don't know how to do, they've never had that happen to them, you know, and so they're intrigued by it. You know, they don't have people, you know, a lot of gay comedians, and there's no judgment there, but they're like, I'm gay, ha ha ha, and my boyfriend and my girlfriend, and this and this and this and this and this. We get it. Everyone dates, everyone has sex. You know, what does that mean to you as a person is much more interesting. And what being gay means to me is completely different. And I own it, fuck that, you know? And I like to fuck with straight guys. I love to fuck with straight guys because they don't know how to take it. You know, they're the least sexually competent people are straight men. They have this mindset that they're just starting to be introduced to what women go through every day, or what gay people go through every day, and they don't know how to deal with it. And I'm more than happy to rub it in their fucking face. And it gets great, it gets big laughs in the clubs. Oh my God, comedy clubs, it gets huge laughs, huge.
Because of it's just the surprise of it, you think, is in the way you drop it?
The surprise, the freedom, you know, I don't give a fuck about it. You know, how I address it, you know, 'cause I'm not there to rub sexuality or sexual orientation into people's faces. It's just part of who I am. And my jokes are not about being gay. It just so happens that I'm gay, and this is what happens in those situations. You know, my jokes aren't about being black, or they're not about anything. They're about they're about how I experience this. So when I mention that I'm black in a joke, or if I mention that I'm gay in a joke, or I mention that I'm from corporate America in a joke, it is to serve a purpose, to set the mindset of how I see this situation. This is the perception that I have of the situation from this perspective, and now go. You know, and so that people can get it, you know, and that's how people can relate to it, you know.
But I think people were also just, like in the workout room thing, we're interested in just like the day-to-day of it. Like Grindr's really easy, you talk about?
Grindr's, yeah, I think all the dating app, you know.
Because I had Tinder for, like, when it first came out.
Yeah.
Signed up for it. I didn't get a single match.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a good-looking dude. You should be knocking it out all day long.
Yeah, maybe I could have, like, done my bio better. Like, I could have worked it. But, like, when it came out, my friend Alexis, friend of the show, she's been on the program, who's Alexis Gross, who's like this like arty like punk chick, you know, tattoos, like really good taste. Just like she's really like she knows what's up. So I hand it to her and she's looking at it and she's just like, yeah, there's nobody on here for you. Hands it back to me. So I don't know, but Grindr, you have some success with.
Okay, so we've had this conversation.
Yeah. It's like
First
over,
of all,
right?
First of all, I do want to dispel the myth that gay people have more sex than straight people. I think that sexual drive is the same. The difference is that in regards to men are men. And when we decide it's time to fuck, it's kind of time to fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so there's that element of it. So I get that. You know, you can't deny that. That being said, you know, I don't think I'm an ugly guy. You know, I'm not like Brad Pitt or anything like that, considering he's white, but whoever you think is a Tyrese or whoever you think is a good-looking black dude, I'm, you know, Tyrese. You know, I'm a good-looking black dude. You know, I don't think I'm a dog shit. You know, I think that I don't know. I think my humor and just the way I go about myself helps me win. I was joking with, and yeah, I'm successful at Grindr, I guess. I don't, my therapist, it's in my jokes, I don't want to ruin it, but my therapist has been trying to convince me that I have a sex addiction, you know, and I don't think I have a sex addiction more so than I believe in sexual freedom. And if you want to have sex, have sex.
That's a hippie thing you're talking about.
Yeah. You know?
Have you ever done, this is a part of the gay culture I've always been interested in, cruising?
Right.
What's up with that? You like go to like a park and like, it's just like open season?
You know, do you want the deep answer or do you want the shallow answer?
Deep. Okay. This is a long format interview. We got another 10 minutes in this episode.
Gay people, the gay community, for years, in this country and obviously throughout the world, has had to live through an extraordinary amount of sexual suppression, you know, and similar to any form of suppression, and you get it in the African American community in spades. When you're suppressing, okay, you're putting undue pressure on something that you cannot contain. It's not a sustainable thing. Eventually, pressure is going to release somehow. And so if you're not able to express yourself openly, then you're going to do things that to society is going to seem a little more risque. But it's more born out of the need to, number one, enjoy yourself and be proud of and enjoy the sexual experience for what it is. And then, of course, there's going to be and then, of course, there's the element of, again, fuck you. You know, repression is repression, and you're going to act out. Kids do it all the time, you know. And I think I think that there's a psychological component to that, where for years, you know, you couldn't go to, you know, gay men couldn't walk down the street and hold hands, or, you know, make out in bars, or do anything like that. We had to go to these parks and to these back alleys and to these places and cruise and do all this bullshit with shame just all over everything. And that's where that came from. You know, had there been a healthy mentality towards sex and sexuality and sexual orientation, which are two different things, folks, then I don't think you would have had those situations in the past. And I think the more that you see sexual orientation and sexuality issues being embraced more, the less you're actually hearing of that.
Okay.
You know, I don't think you hear, you know what I mean? Have you noticed this? Like, you don't hear of, like, people cruising in parks and shit. Like, yeah, you have some older dudes and, you know, that whole thing. And, you know, that's their thing, whatever. But you don't hear of young millennials, and young people don't need to go out and suck dick in a park. They can do that in the comfort of their own home now. You know, or in a nightclub, or in the backseat of a fucking Uber. And it's kind of expected. You know, and I think that that's what you're starting to see. You know? Promiscuity goes away when acceptance, the more you have acceptance.
Okay. That's good. Good, exciting times we're living in.
Absolutely.
Have you ever done it, though?
What's that?
Going cruising?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it fun?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see?
Absolutely. I mean, I just told you, my therapist thinks I'm a sex addict, and I'm the one who's in denial. So
An expert told me.
Let's just say I like to fuck. Yeah, cruising's awesome. You know? I mean, there's no difference. It's like, okay, back in Atlanta, I lived in Atlanta for 6 years. There's this park, there's this movie theater that tear a movie theater parking lot. It was around the corner from where all these gay bars were. So after you start getting late, the young, you know, people get in their cars. You know, you're cruising around, just like if you're cruising around with hot rods, you know, just race your cars. Same thing. A bunch of guys get in their cars, riding around, smoking joints, getting high, see other guys in cars you like, pull them over, fuck. You know what I mean? Guys, put gay guys on alcohol and drugs in a car, cruising around a parking lot, looking at other hot guys. You're fucking. You know what I mean? People can people can say, oh, that's disgusting, or you want to. You know what?
I think it sounds cool.
It's fucking hot as fuck, dude. It's absolutely fun. You know, there's nothing better. It's great. If you haven't cruised, you should.
Yeah, everybody out there, please
Get in your car, go out, find somebody
go
to fuck.
cruise.
I mean,
Exactly.
honestly. I mean, if you're straight, get out in your car, go find some bitch. You do it all the time. You see hot chicks walking down the street, you cruise, right? It's the same thing. I mean, trying to act like it's
It's just
wrong.
harder with the girls. It's harder to get them to that parking lot.
I'm here to tell you right now, and there's not a girl watching, any woman that disagrees with me, I want you to come on this show, okay? And we're going to have it out. Women's sex drive is just as strong, if not stronger than men. They like to fuck just as much. Something's been going on. Y'all straight men have no game. The game that you guys are kicking on women is so fucking bad. It's insane. I'm surprised you guys are still having babies. I'm surprised the pussy just hasn't dried up. They're like, what? If women were to collectively strike until motherfuckers started learning how to get some game again, the pussy would be open and motherfuckers would be happy. I don't know what you got. I don't know what the deal is.
What can we do, Ron?
Do you want my advice?
Yeah.
I know this may sound counterintuitive, okay? Treat women like dudes. Straight up. Treat them like dudes. Don't treat them any different. They don't know what to do with it. You treat them like women. They fall into the role of women. Treat them like they're equal, like they women. They don't know what to do with it.
Oh.
Don't give it the pussy within that night, at least. Guaranteed. Why give it? When you treat something like it's better than you, it's going to act like it's better than you. You know what I'm saying? When you treat something like it's not. You know? And in that, there's power in that. And women get it. But you know what they know? He's gonna fuck me good. He's gonna grab me by the fucking head, smack me across the face, drive me through the fucking. That's what they want. They want that all that. Ooh, baby, you know, no. If this is gonna be a one night stand, fuck me. That's what bitches want. I hear it all the time, all the time. Guys don't know how to get no pussy. It's a fucking sad state of affair. When gay men know more how to get pussy than straight dudes do, what the fuck has this country come to? You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, I should start charging a service.
You should.
Ron, get you some pussy service.
I would like that idea.
With the acronym be there. Ron gets you pussy service. RGYPS. Yeah, RGYPS. Absolutely.
RGIPS.
RGIPS. You getting some pussy tonight?
Yeah, all right. Good times. Well, yeah, if you want to get in touch with Ron about that service.
I'm the greatest wingman ever. I've gotten more straight men laid. I can't tell you. Like, littered. Because you should get to go out. I start talking to girls. They think I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, then they realize, wait a minute, he doesn't want the pussy. And they don't know how to act with that. You know? And then I'm like, no, I'm gay. I came over to, no, bitch, you're not getting it. This is my boy, he's straight. Oh, he's straight? Yeah, we're boys, what's up? Cool. Are you guys still hung up on that? You know, and their whole mind, like, you know what I mean? They don't know what to do with it. And all you have to do is say, cool, say 3 things. How you doing? Want to get a drink? Yeah, he's funny, ain't he? That's all you gotta say. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Just set him up.
Yeah, pussy by a minute.
Well, we are running out of time. Very interesting.
Damn.
I know, there's more stuff I wanted to talk about.
Ask me one more question.
Corporate America, what's up with that?
Sucks.
Yeah, that's, you heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly. You heard it here first. Yeah. I think it's great. Corporate America is great if you go to school. Be true to yourself. But if you're an artist,
Start hitting those mics. Go to Marty's.
create art, baby.
Yeah.
And create art. You know what I mean? Or you want to wake up halfway through your life and realize, wait a minute, fuck, I should have done that in the first place. Yeah.
Well, all right. We have 2 minutes left. Your special Echoes Under Sunset. PBR, yeah.
Man, first of all, Pat Blue Ribbon and the sock company.
Stance socks.
Stint socks. These things are awesome. I'm definitely going to buy them. They're really comfortable, and they have these cool little logos on it right here.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. It goes right above the ankle.
Right above the ankle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we like that right there. Let's see, January.
March.
Why do I keep saying January? It's like the 9th time I've done it, and I'm just like, senility. March 25th, Echoes Under Sunset. Me and Chuck Bronson, a comedian by the name of Chuck Bronson, very funny guy, and his real name is Chuck Bronson. we're both going to be doing our own 30 minutes so we can go on tour. And Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Miami, all of the places where I have a free sofa to sleep on, you will be seeing me soon.
Well, great. Look for Ron out there.
Yeah.
Look for PBR. It's
Everywhere.
Yeah, they literally sell it everywhere. So any liquor store will have it.
And
So that's great. Stance, they've got a...
You see my car back there being...
this is the Slauson Super Mall, by the way.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go prepare. Go say hi to Ron's car at the Super Mall.
Yes.
And also tune in to this show every week.
This is a great show.
See, he's a wingman for programming, too.
Thank this guy for everything that he did. Okay, this has been a great show. Thank you for having me. This has been
Absolutely. Come back
fantastic.
anytime.
I really appreciate it. I'd love to come back and divulge more of my secrets of how to be a successful homosexual in Los Angeles.
Yeah, people need to know.
Absolutely.
Give up the game.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, 5 years from now, when we're divorcing, you'll understand the significance of this moment.
Okay.
And you've heard that joke, so I
Yeah.
can't. It's not even. Damn it! See, that's why it's hard telling comedians. That's how it's hard to get comedians to laugh. He's heard it all.
Heard it all. Well, thank you very much, Ron. Until next time, everyone, this is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. Good night.
Oh, I like that. Thank you very much.